We do begin with a week of tributes honoring former President George H.W. Bush. We are learning new details this morning about the send-off for America's 41st president, including a state funeral and a national day of mourning.
President Trump sending Air Force One to transport the former president's remains Monday so he can lie in state at the U.S. Capitol ahead of his funeral.
And then he will be laid to rest in Texas, where he lived and where the Bush family is extremely popular. In fact, we're seeing memorials pop up all over that state. And ABC's David Wright is at the White House this morning with the tributes that are pouring in from across the country and, in fact, from around the world. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. This is shaping up to be a national week of remembrance for the 41st president. The official schedule released overnight, formal events planned for here in Washington and for his adopted home state of Texas. And meanwhile, we're learning some poignant new details about George H.W. Bush's final farewells. For a man who famously celebrated his 90th birthday skydiving, President Bush at 94 was fully prepared for the inevitable. His old friend and former chief of staff, James Baker, checked in on him Friday in Houston. "Where are we going, Bake?" Bush asked. "We're going to heaven," the former Secretary of State diplomatically answered. Said Bush, "That's where I want to go." Among the outpouring of condolences, the 45th president had these thoughts.
He was a very fine man. I met him on numerous occasions. He was just a high-quality man who truly loved his family. One thing that came through loud and clear, he's very proud of his family. A terrific guy, and he'll be missed.
The former president leaves behind a legacy of service that extended well beyond his years in the White House. I interviewed him in Pakistan in 2006 after the devastating Kashmir earthquake, when he was the UN's special envoy for the relief effort.
We're America. We're going to reach out and continue to help people, and that's going to resonate in the long run.
President Trump has declared Wednesday a national day of mourning. The federal government closed. President Bush will lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda ahead of a memorial service Wednesday at the National Cathedral. Then on Thursday, a second family memorial in Houston before he's finally laid to rest at the Bush Presidential Library, alongside the late First Lady Barbara Bush and their daughter Robin, who died at age 3 of leukemia. Family friends say 41's last words were to his son, the 43rd president. George W. Bush, on a speakerphone, told him he was a wonderful dad and that he loved him. The father told the son, "I love you too." Those, we are told, were his last words, what every son wants to hear from a father and what every father wants to hear from a son. In all, a touching end to a life well lived. Guys?
Incredible story about the final words. David Wright at the White House, we really appreciate it. We want to remind you to stay tuned to ABC News and abcnews.com for complete coverage of the tributes and memorials all week long for the former president, George H.W. Bush, including his state funeral on Wednesday at the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.